Marvel Cinematic Universe. The MCU is hugely successful. The most successful franchise of all time. Marvel has made a lot of really good movies. But Marvel movies weren't always a guaranteed box office hit. And I'm not just talking about those really bad movies that Fox made, like Daredevil, Elektra, Fantastic Four 2, or the Fantastic Four reboot. God, Fox is just the worst. Anyway, I'm not talking about those movies. I'm talking worse than that, like a lot worse. So today, I thought it would be fun to rank the top 5 worst non-MCU Marvel movies ever made. Alright, let's start the countdown. Starting off at our number 5 spot is 1998's Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm going to be honest, a big part of why this movie is on the list at all is solely because David Hasselhoff plays the lead role as Nick Fury. And if you're too young to know who David Hasselhoff is, he starred in a show that was just as important to kids as comics. So get out of here, Sam Jackson. I'll take the Hoff any day. This movie is just jam-packed with cringe-worthy scenes.
I'll get that vampire's blood if I have to suck it from her neck.
So the story is that Fury is brought out of retirement to defeat Baron Von Strucker and Hydra. Stan Lee himself was taking the script to movie studios to see if anyone was interested in making this a legitimate Hollywood film. But Lee was only able to sucker Fox into buying it, and only as a TV movie. Fox wanted to see how the movie would perform, and if it was successful, it had plans to turn it into a TV show. However, it was not successful. It was bad, despite even having a $6 million budget. Failing to our number 4 spot is 1990's, or 1992's, Captain America. It was intended to be released in theaters in 1990 to go along with the 50th anniversary of Captain America. It was so bad though, that the studio shelved it for 2 years until finally releasing it straight to VHS. The movie opens in World War II fascist Italy, where Cap is defeated by Red Skull and is tied to an intercontinental missile. But Cap is launched attached to this missile that is headed straight for the White House. Moments before striking, Cap kicks the fin of the missile, changing its trajectory, and he ends up landing in Alaska, where he's then frozen in ice. The film did hit theaters in some countries, like in the Philippines, although it was renamed Blood Match and was part of a double feature with a Snoopy movie. And to help draw in some crowds, some countries actually changed the poster to say that it starred Jean-Claude Van Damme, which it definitely did not. The number 3 spot goes to 1996's Generation X. In 1994, Marvel Comics created a new comic series called Generation X, which is similar to the New Mutants, basically a group of teenage mutants who come together. And like the New Mutants, also had a terrible movie based on them. Like the Nick Fury movie, Fox, of course it's Fox again, aired a TV movie about the mutants that, if did well, would be turned into a TV series. And again, it did not do well. The show had the powerful Emma Frost character from the comics, who's a telepath but also had the powers of Storm too, and she runs the Xavier School with Banshee. The main teenage character was Jubilee, but the rest of the teenage team is portrayed in the most 90s way possible. Super rad.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's done, right?
The main villain is a generic mad scientist, and the whole movie just felt like a pilot episode that would never end. But the mansion they filmed it in is the same one used in all the real X-Men movies. So there's that. The number 2 spot shamefully goes to 1994's Fantastic Four, making all the other Fantastic Four movies look Oscar-worthy. Constantine Films owned the movie rights to the Fantastic Four, but in order to keep the rights, they had to actually produce a movie. So what they did is put together the cheapest team possible to produce a movie, but they had no intentions on ever releasing this movie to the public. The only issue is that the film producers didn't tell any of the cast or crew this. So sadly, everyone thought this was going to be their big break in Hollywood. The main villain is none other than
Dr. Doom.
Doom's character is portrayed as an overdramatic jokester, a far step from this fan favorite from the comic books. They also throw in the Mole Man for some weird reason, but they renamed him the Jeweler. The movie was made on a small budget with Ben Grimm's Thing suit eating up most of that. The movie is not good, and certainly would have been a huge failure if it would have actually gone to theaters.
How rude of you!
And with such a small budget, the special effects just aren't there to make this a legitimate superhero movie. There's a great documentary called Doomed about the making of this film, which is pretty funny. And finally, our number 1 spot goes to 1973's 3 Dev Adam. Now, 3 Dev Adam isn't really a Marvel film. They in no way own the rights to any of these characters, but it's too great to leave off the list. Because when you have a movie where Spider-Man is an evil, sadist criminal, and the only man that can stop him is good old Captain America. But wait, it's Captain America's sidekick. No, not Bucky Barnes. Instead, it's the Mexican hero, El Santo. And they don't have to fight just one Spider-Man, but 5 Spider-Men. Honestly, don't watch this. It's creepy. Like really creepy. You'll never look at Spider-Man the same way again. So Three Dev Adam is a Turkish film that translates to The Three Mighty Men. The story is about Spider-Man who leads a violent cult gang in Istanbul, and Spider-Man is using counterfeit US dollars. So a team consisting of Captain America, El Santo, and Captain America's girlfriend is called in to stop him. And spoiler alert, the film ends only after Captain America kills all 5 of the Spider-Men, because Captain America is really known for his bloodlust. This movie really falls more into the cheap horror film than an actual superhero film, but it was popular enough that the filmmakers ripped off other Hollywood productions such as Star Wars and E.T., which instead of starring a cute alien trying to get home, is an evil alien that pees poisonous gas. Well, there goes all my childhood memories. Alright, that's gonna do it. That is my list of the top 5 worst non-MCU Marvel films. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.